Hello everyone, welcome to Simple Spec Games. Today we are gonna see the top 21 beat 'em up game with pixel graphics. Let's start with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. The game is a nostalgic love letter to the classic 90s arcade era and the iconic Power Rangers franchise. Players can enjoy classic side-scrolling beat 'em up action, reminiscent of the original arcade experience, with plenty of jokes and references to the TV and film series. The game also includes exhilarating 3D sequences and multiplayer Megazord battles, where players can pilot the original Dinozords and the legendary Megazord to take down gigantic bosses. The gameplay supports up to 6 players in local couch cooperative and online multiplayer modes, which supports 4 players. Wendigo Blue will take players to experience intense boss battles, a large variety of customizable equipment and skills, and supports up to 4 players in local co-op. Players can choose from 4 unique characters, each with their own abilities and playstyles, and engage in fast-paced combat against waves of enemies and challenging bosses. Wendigo Blue offers a city invasion map with multiple paths, side stories for each character, and a variety of rings, bracers, amulets, and soul orbs to customize your playstyle. The game is currently in early access, meaning players can get instant access and provide feedback to help shape the final version. Kate. Collateral Damage is a fast-paced, action-packed roguelike game inspired by the Netflix film. Players take on the role of Kate, a deadly assassin on a mission for revenge against the Yakuza crime boss who poisoned her. The game is set in Tokyo, where Kate battles her way through various levels filled with enemies and obstacles. The gameplay focuses on intense combat, with players using a variety of weapons and skills to defeat enemies and progress through the game. The game also features a time attack mode, where players must complete levels as quickly as possible to achieve high scores. Full Metal Furies is a cooperative action RPG developed by the creators of Rogue Legacy. The game emphasizes teamwork with a unique combat system where each player's contribution is crucial. Players work together to defeat special enemies, string organic combos to deal massive damage, and save a war-torn world. The game supports up to 4 players, either locally or online, and even offers a single-player mode where you can showcase your skills through a pick-2 quick-switch system. The combat in Full Metal Furies is fast-paced and engaging, encouraging players to coordinate their attacks and strategies to overcome challenging enemies. Scrap Riders is an adventure game set in a futuristic cyberpunk universe. You play as Rast, a member of the outlaw biker gang called the Scrap Riders. The game combines elements of point-and-click adventure and beat-em-up genres, as you navigate through wastelands and large corporate-controlled metropolises. You'll engage in combat, solve puzzles, and uncover conspiracies while progressing your character and gang's reputation. To survive and be free, you must live in the wastelands, where resources are scarce. You'll meet other gang members, interact with city inhabitants, eliminate rival gangs, and confront corrupt police officers to complete missions and gain street cred. Kung Fury. Street Rage Ultimate Edition is an action-packed beat-em-up game inspired by the cult classic short film Kung Fury. In this game, you play as Kung Fury and other characters like Barbariana, Hackerman, Triceracop, and David Hasselhoff as you fight against an endless wave of Nazis to stop Kung Fuhrer and uphold the law. The game features arcade-style gameplay, vibrant graphics, and a variety of stages including back alleys, sewers, and Dream Worlds 1. The game offers both single-player and 2-player co-op story campaigns, with pro tips from Hackerman in the Hackademy practice mode.
Nice chest hair, sir. More action.
The Friend of Ringo Ishikawa is a unique beat-em-up game that's set in a small town in Japan. The game follows the story of Ringo Ishikawa, a high school gang leader, as he navigates his last autumn before graduation with his best friends. The game combines elements of a school simulator with an open-world beat-em-up, allowing players to explore the town, interact with NPCs on their schedules, and engage in various activities like studying, working out, and playing mini-games. The game's combat system is inspired by classic titles like Konami's Kensei, Sacred Fist, and Rockstar's Bully, offering a nostalgic yet fresh experience. In Tribal Hunter, you play as the legendary guardian spirit, Munch. The unique twist in Tribal Hunter is its size-changing mechanics. You start off small and nimble, but as you hunt enemies and eat them, you increase your fullness meter. Once full, you grow in size, which enhances your strength and damage resistance. The game features 9 different zones, each with its own unique enemies and visual style. You'll explore the island, rescue villagers, and uncover the hidden secrets of the island. Tribal Hunter also includes humorous mini-games for additional rewards and a variety of challenging bosses that will test your skills. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. The game is a vibrant arcade-style beat-em-up game inspired by the popular comic book series and movie. Players can choose from a roster of characters including Scott Pilgrim, Ramona Flowers, Knives Chow, Stephen Stills, and more. The game follows the story of Scott Pilgrim as he battles through 7 levels to defeat Ramona's 7 evil exes. Each character has unique moves and abilities that can be upgraded by gaining experience points. The game features both single-player and multiplayer modes, allowing up to 4 players to team up and combine their skills to take on waves of enemies. River City Girls 2 is a vibrant beat-em-up game where players can choose from 6 unique characters, each with their own fighting styles and upgradable move sets. The game features enhanced combat mechanics, including guard crush attacks, lift-off combos, double-team maneuvers, and elemental status effects 1. Players can team up for local or online co-op, explore a larger river city with multiple routes and secret areas, and recruit defeated foes to aid them in battle. The gameplay is non-linear, allowing players to tackle missions in various orders, and includes a dynamic story system with character-specific voiceovers. Arisen Force Herotest is an action role-playing game that combines high-definition pixel art with engaging, stylish combat. Players embark on a time-traveling quest, gathering legendary heroes from diverse eras to combat a mysterious void invasion. The game features dynamic team combat, allowing players to engage in thrilling battles alongside their allies, leveraging an extensive arsenal of weapon mods, items, and talents to outsmart their foes. Set in a fictional time-space setting, players are summoned by a goddess to the Temple of Time to harness powers beyond this world and repel the void's invasion. Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons is an up game that harkens back to the classic arcade days of the Double Dragon series. Players can choose from 4 different characters, each with unique abilities and fighting styles, to take on waves of enemies in side-scrolling levels. The game features a variety of moves, including punches, kicks, and special attacks, as well as weapons that can be picked up during gameplay. Players can also perform powerful combo moves and use crowd control techniques to manage large groups of enemies effectively. Final Vendetta is a hard-hitting beat-em-up game that captures the essence of classic arcade titles. Players can choose from a roster of diverse characters, each with their own unique fighting styles and special moves. The game features side-scrolling levels filled with enemies to defeat, and players can perform a variety of combos, throws, and powerful special attacks to take down their foes. The game also includes weapons that can be picked up during gameplay, adding an extra layer of strategy and excitement. Slave Zero X is a stylish action game set in the dystopian world of the original Slave Zero. Players take on the role of Sho, a vengeful warrior who merges with a stolen slave unit prototype to fight against a tyrannical corporation and its leader. The game features fast-paced combat, platforming, and a variety of combo moves, throws, and special attacks. Players can perform air juggling, dashes, and wall jumping to outmaneuver enemies and take down foes of any size. The game's progression system rewards players with experience points and in-game currency for defeating enemies and completing missions. Vengeance of Mr. Peppermint is a hardcore, side-scrolling beat-em-up game inspired by classic Korean crime dramas. Players take on the role of Mr. Peppermint, a detective seeking bloody vengeance against the criminals infesting the seedy underbelly of the city. The game features intense combat with a variety of moves, including punches, kicks, and special attacks, as well as weapons that can be picked up during gameplay. The game's progression system rewards players with experience points and in-game currency for defeating enemies and completing missions. Mother Russia Bleeds is an ultra-violent, co-op brawler set in an alternate Soviet Union. Players can choose from a roster of characters, each with their own unique abilities and fighting styles. The game features fast-paced, gory combat with a variety of moves, including punches, kicks, and special attacks. Players can also pick up weapons during gameplay to enhance their combat effectiveness. A unique feature is the use of syringes filled with a drug called Necro, which can be used to heal, go berserk, or inject enemies. The game supports up to 4 players in co-op mode, allowing friends to team up and take on waves of enemies together. Internet Generation is a beat-em-up action game set in a chaotic chat server. Players take on the role of a newcomer who must overthrow the tyrannical moderators and server owner by using their keyboard to fight against various enemies. Players can learn different skills and perform satisfying combo attacks with over 20 unique skill combinations. The game also includes special buffs that provide unique abilities, such as dealing critical damage or becoming invincible. The environments in the game are creatively designed, including an internet sewerage network, a digital ocean, and a gigantic library filled with wires and hard drive.
This is not just
198X is a nostalgic action that pays homage to the golden age of arcade gaming in the 1980s. The game follows the journey of a teenager known as Kid, who discovers an abandoned arcade in a factory and becomes engrossed in the various games it offers. The gameplay is divided into 5 distinct arcade-style stages, including beat-em-ups, space shooters, racing games, ninja games, and role-playing games. Each stage offers a unique experience, capturing the essence of classic arcade games with its pixel art graphics and retro soundtrack. As Kid progresses through the different games, they grow stronger and more confident, blurring the lines between the virtual world and reality.
this is not just
Bud Spencer and Terence Hill Slaps and Beans 2 is an action-packed adventure game that continues the hilarious escapades of the iconic duo Bud Spencer and Terence Hill. Players control both characters as they navigate through various levels filled with enemies, obstacles, and puzzles. The game features a mix of platforming, combat, and exploration, with Bud and Terence using their unique abilities to overcome challenges. The gameplay emphasizes cooperative mechanics, requiring players to switch between Bud and Terence to solve puzzles and defeat enemies. From the same developer as the friend of Ringo Ishikawa, Fading Afternoon will take players on the role of Seiji Maruyama, a middle-aged former Yakuza who has just been released from prison. The game begins with Seiji returning to the city, where he reconnects with his old boss, secures a hotel room, and faces off against various enemies. The gameplay involves navigating through the city, engaging in combat, and making choices that affect the story's outcome. The game features multi-endings, complex beat-em-up action, mini-games, and an explorable city. Players can choose to follow or deviate from traditional Yakuza tropes. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge is a vibrant side-scrolling beat-em-up game that brings the classic 1987 cartoon series to life. Players can choose to play as one of the 4 turtles, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, or Raphael, each with their own unique skills and moves. The gameplay involves navigating through various iconic locations in New York City, such as the Channel 6 Studio and Coney Island, while battling the Foot Clan and other enemies. Players can perform radical combos and use special ninja abilities to defeat their foes. The game also has co-op mode that supports up to 6 players simultaneously. So that is the video. Which game is your favorite? Tell me in the comment below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.